Organized crime is a global phenomenon that has infiltrated every corner of the world, and Europe is no exception. With a long history of gangs and criminal organizations, the continent has seen the rise of some of the most notorious and dangerous gangs in the world. These gangs engage in a range of criminal activities, from drug trafficking and money laundering to human trafficking and violent crime. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at the most dangerous gangs in Europe. Yeah, you heard it right. The British Yardies. Originally, the term Yardie referred to residents of government yard housing developments in Trenchtown, a neighborhood in West Kingston, Jamaica. In the 1950s, when many members of the Caribbean community migrated to England in search of employment, this term was used to designate immigrants with a lower socioeconomic status. Nonetheless, the term was subsequently applied to the gang violence that occurred in the black community of London. Yardie culture is predominantly composed of gun offenses and drug trafficking, especially marijuana and crack cocaine. There is no true structure or central leadership within the gang. In 1993, Yardies were accused of the death of police constable Patrick Dunn, and in the early 2000s, the gang engaged in a bloody turf war with the indigenous Aggie crew in Bristol, Solonsevskaya Bratva Brotherhood, Russia. In the 1980s, the Solonsevskaya Bratva began operating in the Solntsevo district of Moscow, where it was founded by Sergei Mikhailov. Solntsevo district is located close to the MCAT highway, a significant thoroughfare that leads to both the Ukraine and Domodedovo International Airport. By controlling these two strategic transportation centers, the gang made its mark in the automobile import industry. Solonsevskaya Bratva's association with the criminal mastermind Semyon Mogilevich and the renowned burglar the Zemal Kachedezi has enhanced its reputation among Europe's most prominent criminals. In the 1990s, Sergei Mikhailov, who viewed himself as more of a businessman than a Don Corleone mafioso, shifted the gang's focus to the financial industry. This action not only enabled the Bratva to launder their money, but also brought them closer to influential Russian oligarchs. Solonsevskaya Bratva is currently engaged in nearly all facets of the Russian underworld, including racketeering, money laundering, prostitution, credit card fraud, arms dealing, human trafficking, and hacking. It is believed that the organization plays a significant role in the international cocaine traffic and has ties to Colombian drug cartels. The French Connection. Marseille, France. Marseille has long been referred to as the Chicago of the South. It has a bloody history of organized crime and violent gangs, the most infamous of which is the French Connection, a group that operated heroin processing labs in Turkey after World War II. In the late 1960s, 80% of the heroin in the United States originated in Marseille. In 1971, Hollywood immortalized the city of Marseille in the Gene Hackman film The French Connection. While Marseille is no longer the world's capital of heroin processing, it is the center of the cannabis trade and an important point on the route from South America for cocaine smuggling. According to The Guardian, the French government led crisis discussions in 2013 regarding a spate of 15 gangland-related murders in Marseille, including the son of a football boss. Marseille no longer has the infamous French Connection or Capone-like gangsters with names like the Belgian, the Blonde, or the Tomcat. But ongoing gang issues have prevented the Mediterranean city from shedding its violent reputation. The Camorra, Italy. The Camorra is an 18th century Italian organized criminal group that originated in the Campania region. The Camorra, unlike the Sicilian Mafia, lacks centralized leadership. The organization is rumored to comprise of 111 factions, each of which operates independently of the others. Roberto Saviano, an investigator, claims that the Camorra is the most powerful and violent faction of the Italian Mafia. The organization's sway extends to Lombardy, Piedmont, Tuscany, and Emilia-Romagna, and over time, it has also established a foothold in the United Kingdom and the United States. Roman gangs. The Roma, also known as the Gypsies, have been an integral part of the landscape of Eastern Europe for centuries. However, as more Eastern European countries have joined the EU, cities such as Paris, London, and Dublin are struggling with the large influx of unemployed Roma residing in large tent camps on the outskirts of cities. Despite the undeniable fact that the Roma have endured discrimination and prejudice over the years, the professional gangs of Roma criminals operating in the streets and tourist attractions of popular European cities only serve to exacerbate these prejudices, resulting in further stigmatization. Numerous articles in the Daily Mail describe sophisticated gangs of Roma thieves who target Paris cash point consumers, A police source in Paris stated, "There are so many Roma involved in scams that it is nearly impossible for us to do anything about it. They have lookouts everywhere and employ juveniles to commit theft." In 2011, 27 Roma were accused of committing over 100 crimes in France, Belgium, and Germany, using minors as young as 10 as part of a criminal army. So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so that you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section down below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video.